the major prophet kum chacha. On say me catch was say bomoden na hwe too much GH. On say me kan ye nyane bone pa na kase ye pe wo wiase ya asondin. Asondin ti na Adam wo hu nyame ye no nyam no. Wo hu ne ma bi a wo hwehwehwehwe e wo other place ni ade. Cat won na bomoden na be hwe too much GH be hwe na subscribe bomoden o be hwe pe na wa ye subscribe o subscribe subscribe na subscribe na o subscribe a na wo benya ne ma papa a wo pe ahwe nyame hira
me nansi onye sika wa wari na wajan asori no meje awari enu class me gunu tieni this announcement omo ba ha na hie omo nya sika stores akese ne kasa akese ekutom nyina a wo majan asori wan yi ani maji nyina leader e frem pon all body leader one ne no omo ba ha na misre na me musem nya be makama o de me nam se me nye gu ogu mani masi akwala ni se meje no me ka mamu nyina mati meje akwala na firi one ne yire nsem
your client there a toxic class. He spoke under probably very emotional and painful circumstances. Paul cried at a point in time. He spoke about Alexander the coppersmith.
Sure.
He said, Alexander the coppersmith has done me more harm than good nuclear complaint here.
Sure.
To the extent that some of them he handed over them to Satan.
Ebusia for ene adofonom akwaba sonko enkoma wa wo hwe mesabre e wo too much age ye fidie kase yi eso yami ensha moseda ne da munya ebre eji edwa etie ensem ayede ebre mo na ebusia gana wahala dwumedie na ebre asose mede eba ebebe somo na ene deyi sede da ne da ye ba eye papa ye na ne na ase no ene nso ye ba ba bepiemo ewo ye Faith Army Chapel International so for penyo dano ye Apostle Water Sakwa Mante na yene no eba abetwetwe nkomo na enye nkomo bia na nsentem ya asofo binom ewon sensem sorry owo mayu ye nim safi ye hyase enche ye bia ede na so nyoma na sensem a eba ede free asofo eho no eye adosun na asofo panyi a wono de na nka Ghana fo dodo na enhyeda ente ne ho asem so wobete na no kasampo ewa abontimpo na chese eye den controversy se koso wa asofo ni asofo ntem atendidi sorry wo mo ntem no chese woni wo bia yete hunu ewo limelight ni mo na social media so se wo gu ni ho fia na wo ye nyoma bia ense emfata nanso so ye na nseyi ntem wo di video bi ebebeto abonti na se ni video bi beto abonti na circulate too much ye de bebeso mo na me kan se ye resurrection power so for penye ye so for Boakye wo de ensem bi betu edwa ese wo no die se no nani abre ewo nyoma bi hu na wo de kokobo ma ne nsori ma se wo wa sori nim na ni resurrection power nyankopon aboawo ama wanya wo ho say dia wo ba asori dem honum na woni sika woni adwuma ye woni kunu woni yire woni ba na se obe piem woni na asem na resurrection power nyame ana sofo Boakye ni nyankopon edom boawo na sa aka de na wa wo busade a wo de eba ye no se wotimi edom ede emam na se bedu mrebi na afra asori dem honum pa dia ade bi ene enya de se ono be fa no ahoguno so wo baji ni o mani nyina na no na che se ye ni leader bia wo apa region one no chese me ye bia wada na die se no wo munya ba no mutimi ena nam no so mpai bo na wo munya ba be ma na afei dia wodi ni din enam na wo se ni die no nti wo se wo beje akwara no anka se wo benam nyame so age akwara no momo so wo beje akwara no ama akwara na ko ba bia wo firi na Ghana fo enti asie na yabobo hu ede na nso na de ye nya sofo panya wono nso so nyame dwumani mu no wache yie wakwadri wo mu a chese woni ya papa ye beka se bia ba ku benya chenyo kwa na se nye se mfie mu ba nyame dwumani mu no na se wo mu nyina e wo the same place na ene ono so de na dwenkyerɛ ɛfa de yɛn papa sɔfo Boakye na Reverend Boakye wɔka yɛ no sɛ yɛ ne kwan so ano no a wɔnkyerɛ mu ɛma ɛyɛ Ghana ne Christopher aso ɛnte na sɛ yɛ ne kwan so no so a wɔma ɛyɛ yɛn so yɛ hu na wɔnkyerɛ mu na yɛ hu de ɛbɛkɔ so na ebusafo ɛnyɛ no nko a bebre na keka ho ɛne yɛ de ɛbɛba bɛso mu enti stay tuned many we video no ɛmfa ɛmfiri hanom na share video no hu bɛnyia pa sɛ wo bɛ share na wo bɛ ma wa nan fofo wa yonkofo obi anso so ehun bi na adwenkyerɛ no momfa embra na yɛbɛkenkan ɛde amamo emrepa emu apostle memo akwava
na
bibi abɔkɔ deɛ
bibi abɔkɔ nyame adom
yɛda Christ ase
wo hairstyle deɛ nya ha
apostle me da ase apostle yɛhwɛ yɛn papa that resurrection power ne nsɛm a ɔde ababa bɛtu eye edwa ya say na wo hunu esi efa eye ne kwan so anu no
first of all he's an anointed man of God.
Sure.
Bia na me go so one so and he can he wan sema even though even though bia the all can bia toxic cry in some aspect we still give him that respect.
Sure.
But me feel say my ya juma na church so I church.
Sure.
But sometimes some members can be better me as trigger him up your now because generally say a lot of people are very ungrateful.
Okay.
Now probably gradually say it's not well defined unto me who say where juma and I say where juma because obi to say juma actually say what tie what bank now what juma and I say bisa and most of the time and Crawford taking your juma for granted.
Okay.
And man ya be
okay.
Now said you fast now why fast now bomb man the person to me fast and the who is what tax or benyano and easy and the ya the ya be bound and now down go ya now I am emotional. Me Jeannie said or a very or a bad person but
sure
but the all kind a toxic cry we feel say or the young kai Mahoda Nina Boncomoda, but only Madame for
okay
by a shower Independence Square some time ago now.
Okay.
Yeah, Colorado inauguration that was somewhere last year.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Okay.
He had also been invited now.
Okay.
Nili Bon come up briefly. Hello, hi now. In an attempt here. And a very fine person, but me feel say yeah be one more. So for cry sometimes they cry so young wow. You are coming on bomb pine now, yeah, money. Internal talk be only the members. One intended say,
viral,
but Casanum, the Mercator say, a toxic car. But he spoke under probably very emotional and painful circumstances.
Okay.
You should say by this time, enough of so for announcing spiritual fathers. Oh, Nick Kakacha as boss, be there.
Until
with that, about me and back, I can say, oh, see me, I make Kaya no dear. We feel said, man, can you or Sanka, Bomodiana, you know, Sisi Casanova. To be very fair, a toxic, yeah, be one.
Now, apostle say, Onyaminipa, Unya Yawa, can't you control? And I say, you know how? Because in him say, be a Unyaminipa na in the course of say, preachy, and now only church members, Kasana say, be any so I didn't be na Una. Everyone want to make us away, dear. You can say, a kind of Mike Muma church members at here. Na wa freni panenkwa na wa ka kire na na say de wo afa ne ho no wa ka kire ne enti say ya obi na aba be show mu from a different angle obi a wa hwe no wa boa no pen na say we disappoint wa you ungrateful to you sa ya no that moment na aba no can't you control yourself ana
obi sa me be wa control this people have the opinion say maybe madam for be born come on and I'm feel said if Christ is formed in you.
Okay.
Paul said for me to live with Christ to die is gain.
Yeah.
But if Christ is forming you, I know a very difficult say like yes anyway. But to come Paul make answer say for me to live with Christ to die is gain. Paul cried at a point in time. He spoke about Alexander the coppersmith.
Sure.
He said, Alexander the coppersmith has done me more harm than good. Nuclear complaint here.
Sure.
To the extent that some of them he handed over them to Satan. And to Paul cried. I mean, I said Paul Christ was from because he gave his life to Christ.
To Christ.
He died for the gospel. He was killed for the gospel.
For the gospel.
And to Paul, very Christ-like. Christ is from him. At the point in time he made that mistake. I don't think said or can he, but before said, the pain in him didn't have to come out the way it came out.
It came out.
With all due respect to him, before said he also needs encouragement.
Okay.
Sometimes it's very painful though. My friend Kodwo school. I mean, come one example.
Okay.
I'll be about me feel me share no call school or call university. Be I feel off your bar on the see. That was nothing. But I bomb man or yeah fine call university call yeah or try the exam for the man call try exams. School fees by the grace of God encouraging. Oh yeah, I feel university or call one crab I can give you 1,001 examples. It's normal.
Okay.
And to be me ya dia manipa, me can say Debia, me can say anya nipa na me ya mo.
Okay. Oh yeah, man.
Jesus.
Sure.
See neighbor, oh yeah, ungrateful. And yeah, here. Because you're very ungrateful. Hell.
Sure.
Ebia, I suffer me Jim didn't say he's speaking normally. Yeah, bina.
Amane kasa.
It's just a TV video now. Because say man can ye. Nyama kan na ni want to me and ja crown.
So because all
always matter. Nyama man gift is without repentance.
Okay.
Want to me I don't gift that repentance. I don't to me and then you want to me. Want to me said God doesn't work like that.
Na so okasa say onam ne so ana say nyame nam ne so ma aware no bese no so
said that only the devil came. The devil came, John 10. Only about some way. The devil came to steal, kill, and destroy. Yeah, no, you see, anger is called momentary madness.
Okay.
At that point in time, what about them? What about them? No, Kasa to say about them for. It's called momentary madness. That is why the Bible said that if you commit, you are angry. For 24 hours, you should make sure that within that 24 hours, and it's equal to murder because you can kill without any
sure.
And to before only can and at that point, I won't be grudging. But when it comes back to look at the video, I think that with all due respect to him, one can say it. And he will admit it with their
okay.
If anybody will have the time, too much, not to me, I better catch you say one can hear. If you be sincere.
Okay.
The catcher say one can hear.
Na apostle who say him say ya no asem ititu ne asofo manum asem no ekuratumi enti say all kasa no entimi nya effect because on say at a particular time no o make specific say nipa sumesi obo some elder be edian chose who say one na yere wa boa no but later on I say one more kan ho asem bone nunti na kwala na wo omunya ye true him and say true omoba ne na say nunti nyame nam no so ma wo munya ba na obeje no no say the fact is what they yaw and the kan ye no ebetime nya effect e wo wo
say depending on the person who can who answer no ebi or on treaty person you be wa kasaba so and ebetime account the Bible can say touch not my Lord the Lord's anointed.
Okay.
Obi wa ebi nyame na catch ne so fear sorry no. The Bible said, separate me, Paul and Barnabas, for the work for which I have for them.
Okay.
Or another place. It's now sorry, no, and you'll be na or start and then start to be so
maybe ne buy
and a bit so no crown winning. It's a mixture of a lot of things. Obey what Yamina Catcher said, if they are on another place, you can't be granted, but you think for raising prophets, pastors. For the prayer, raising Sikafona, Ammonia, sorry. A part, the 10 over hour, sorry, easy. I saw for every month, every year, it be free no more cover, approaching and the Moja no more cover. Yeah, but seeing about Twitter, Papa, the man, not from Kakra, but most of the people know. I'm very ungrateful and they are very rude. But at the same time, so if you're pronouncing something, you'll be under the canon.
Okay.
because my experience be obey idea money ya pa me bon pa ready we the judge me ru ahom no me say there the pakolo dia why ya me no want to me touch him.
Okay.
Want to me touch. Was ya sorry da man ya me. Our altar bia okra wo so no obey sha.
Okay.
And so you bia no me kan one say my bet na ejuma. But another thing you say you you render your pastor functionless because yeah na come so much so maybe I'll be for
okay.
Because I had another experience apart from all the experience that I had. No, I say something I had to confront the person before for years. Not coming once.
Okay.
Pastor, yes, until I'm here in the crown or coming once. On Jai's idea. As I'm in hotel. Well, I'm just being sincere with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Apostle, you should say like what evangelism and say be as for mutimi ye crusade, mutimi ko baby mama kwa ko preachy. Say okoko preachy now watching a year Accra. Is it compulsory say Accra and want na wona se afebo ana?
And yet compulsory you know kind of pastors be president look for a Bible believing church. And then compulsory.
Okay.
But say you be also why sure say obey disciple the panel not so any ready. Sometimes it is wise say one can say okay. Obey you were ready mo say be and also because heaven. What is the ultimate is heaven at the end of the day. But any compulsory say the is in a good church. Why not? We say preach too much. I have the biggest church 10,000. Oh yeah. What is Billy Graham? Obi a crusade. Man of God, you could say, and on open now, look at him. He became one of the biggest evangelists that the world has ever produced.
Sure.
One person, there was one person. And you know, most of the time, we need to be able to reconcile all that. You know, we need to feel free with the members. But sometimes you want them to grow and so they can be sure, say, also, I hear discipled.
Na apostle ye share ye papa ni video yi ba ye comment bebre about here one particular commenter ba ya like Esena Dodona was in support of it say yeah or making the can I say nipa na or comment was no can say Bible say adom no ana say gift no wode ma kwa enti say won so wode ma e was say won so won fa emma kwa. It's you don't have to be seek say be a nipa ne be grateful to you say be a why you be ama no na eno kampo manipa ne ekoti say nyankopon sha mam osankofo dune yare no ba ko pe ene ba ye bebe da na se nyankopon all those who busa say ne nkun aka ne we ba yes to no eno anye something na e boda no
busa say mo wen
busa say mo wen ba
so busa say mo wen I don't see them can where are they? The people are very ungrateful. Hey, sometimes we fasting, we prayers, God bless you.
So does it mean say at times when you do something for a church member and I say will you be mobile, you have to expect gratitude. Like I want to know as a pastor.
Really, it's not like people expect you.
Okay.
But so yeah, wow,
okay. Okay.
And now encourage you to more.
Okay.
You know, they are tired, so sad, and we are even used to, and to be and you want to be more.
Because of your past experience.
If you see the bear, me who are Timia, another person.
Okay.
I also want to help somebody.
Okay.
And one person cannot prevent me from helping another person.
Another person.
You are killed. I mean, your ministry is killed.
Okay.
You're the human being. Who say to me, easy.
So that means when such things happens now, it can also bring your gift or your spirit down as a pastor. Like brown crowd ungrateful towards you, know.
Hey,
in what way? In what way?
Feeling wounded, bitter. We are young pastor now named Sadiana. Ni where are the Mukakra? I mean, I soon ready at your ministry. And you me born the permit, the panel. Oh, me expect so the baby, I know from home. Say me, Yama Jesus, and no. Jenny, baby, we now me bonia, my Yama Jesus. Because for 14 years, I'm telling you. Over me, Bombama be now come 40 days. About me, 500 million, now I'm $200.
Okay.
I'm telling you, 500 million is now I'm $200. Man, will be that.
Na say eno den nipa no ono an de ne pe na wo de amount no de it doesn't matter.
Osha, is it reasonable?
It's not reasonable though. Sure.
Osha pastors. Who buy own staff for her. The home. On me na transfer be at computer so now there.
Obia, okay.
Now the thing came out of nothing. Now bomb pie from the scratch. Osha bomb pie now bomb pie. Now I choose Canada. If you are now 500 million. Free or bar, no amount $200. You know, but I share on color.
Okay.
But I share with staff. I saw any see project where also out here, it be our ma cost school.
Sure.
Where most of the time, no, because probably name, but there's nothing really with offering.
Offering, okay.
Offering. Most of the pastors and and you're offering.
Okay.
A gift. So I won't me on being I will say, well, thank you, Daddy. You know, offering the grand dear. Yeah, sorry, dear. And easy.
Okay.
Easy,
now, Pastor, you share. And yeah, Papa, and Kwane, yes, software, and I say, oh, be a Yenya senior. Na kwada ye ni bibia ebi a waka bibi e de channel ye share all the time bo on ma be hunu social media na hu so for we no about say ni junior pastor ye ni say no wo dome no na like so otiti obi e wonyame mu obi be shower se wonyame mu na fe edrum pempenso obi se wo free wo nan ase na o ka wo ho asembone aba wonim se de wo ka ni nyina no enye no kre ene wa bra na say the wo ye no ene ni the same line but wo can dey go wo fia must you curse the person.
Oh, I mean can tell enye obia no obia ni call me mandate. Mandate, one of my mandate is say me raise sons.
Okay. And
if I have over 100 prophets I'm raising all over the world, they are doing very well.
Okay.
And no son, if you have that kind of mandate, you're very tolerant.
Okay.
Because papa a bit tell nice. Papa a come moving. A bit yaw, a bit and easy.
Sure.
Obina wako count but
oyoba be any day.
Well, eoba ono titi no na eoba obede. Enti obia all father's heart bia on kese ma.
Okay.
She suffer no mu nyame amom sango so for fathers on kese. Ono kwa na beji obi o maba. Nya bia. Omo warrior omo bia e da also. It's nice, you feel comfortable, you feel happy. And to me kese ma. We are acrobatics we are back.
Odana wo nyina wo kwa na opemu a wo besaba. Sure.
Enti kasa nyina one day.
But yes, you will feel hurt.
Influence on so very powerful.
Because I dey one pastor no you feel hurt say ade a wonye ye na wakwada wa show asepen. What aduane amane na all kan.
Manenka. Oh father's heart na ondumi no da.
Okay.
Father's heart yenyesa. This is only our father's heart no. You be an afro so the church now we are 1 or 2 3 people no more say no you know why fathers pa mean that we fathers mean man be cry any church me
okay
more big ministries but they see me as their father
and
they respect the oil upon my life.
Okay,
what I said
okay
a do dia what my friend say me bomb by mouth
sure
because what me attack bia yes your father is very important. But when you attack beer, this is father abom pa ma.
Okay.
O look at chinging na leader. I'm telling you. And the father's grace will curse sir. Me curse. But they hear me. But curse bad here. My friend was I don't know yes sir, men yes sir.
Okay.
And then they make catch my friend bra. Then bon come on. Men yes sir. I catch was say men yes sir. Me bon fool and no say my can. Me can you are.
No. Okay. Now, Apostle, Osha, then Nebema obi watete no obefu nas no beko ka wo ho asembone. Don't you think say pastors now so they are also at fault?
No. Both parties.
Okay.
Sometimes only myself father, sometimes you can do the wrong thing.
Okay.
And when you do the wrong thing, you should call your son and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, man, they need you." If you are saying, "I mean, you know."
Yes, sir. Yeah.
African fathers are here apologies to our sons. And the African typical spiritual fathers who is oh, you're bad money and say, "Oh, I'm doing this, sir." Me said, "If it's an baby, and then me intention. Oh, I'm sorry. Me baby me permit me baby free. I'm sorry." A very good up and coming pastor. Before because now, not trade fair, yeah, man. And I can say, "We on your pastor will help you." I almost destroyed that young man. I pick a phone and call him myself. I said, "I'm very sorry for what I did." I was also in young. What I said, I apologize to him. He came back. You understand? Later, came back to work for the ministry for a while.
Okay.
He's still my son. I love him. There's nothing. Or bomba or pitchy wawa. The voice got to say my voice. When I say, "Oh, yeah, me back." Or pitchy of format of no pitcher. Pitchy now on TV. What pitches is here? Or pitchy pa. Oti.
Me too, pa.
He's still my son. Until you come with you,
Now, Apostle, say no. Who say church members no, and I say obebe share penyasia. You have to expect anything, and I say then like, how are you going to cope? Say there be nothing around the pastor, and I say your leader no will affect you to the extent of say ube kwa kind of one.
Oh, some people should be taught. Sorry, be a bedroom and I say marketplace and I say no. Sorry is a very sacred place. Yenka yamini pa oneself and yet we can decide what touches the Lord's anointed.
Okay.
And people have been taught loyalty. And say when you were Christian, we can sana ever to me but leave the pastor for God to judge, and you will not bet me judge the pastor.
Okay.
The judgment of the pastor, who can be around the Bible?
Sure.
Who can Moses you answer?
Kwataguno.
But I say you can't do that. Say in church, and one is a bomb palmer or so for bomb palmer. Now, it be say the class and we advise there are people are elders are to me and say, "Oh, daddy, if you say yes, I'm my bear." And the grow also for you. I grow by the when you see. That day, I mean, most are a year to me. I bet to me, side here, to me, I said, "Don't touch it."
Okay.
The men could come who pass and one said, "Bompire man." Microphone no more can say sometimes we want say bibi I pass na my body papa. But so about on can tell say wabu. And no one say one old video all here in the sofa.
Na Apostle, yeah sha obi wo no mu a obekwa akoka ebia ne sofo ho asembone ana obekwa akoye bibi onu ne ho no babaka sofo panyini timi ka kire ne say baby a ukoko gu manimu asidru ye no ko amend everything and san wa ba me na say mama bompa ya ama no so no kwan so no say obi afo mo na wa ba wona say
ka kire ne say onye sase ne be betimi reverse no me.
Okay.
Some because no me the echi.
Okay.
And that's a way to reverse the curse. Even I mean, like I said, to reverse the curse, go and do that.
Okay.
And that's a discretion of the pastor. I can't really begrudge anybody for doing that. But there's also something about forgiveness. Say, we are bonia, facheno. So don't find to me fachena. You mean to me fan bonus will tell. So there's an issue about forgiveness. So I said it should be very important so that we play by that card as well.
Okay. Now, Apostle, you find say be a mafumo me yoba mafumo. Na mentimi amba wona say mama me power Chelsea be a papa fa me bone chemi. Na say me konya me nim ka say oh mafum me papa say ni say ya. Enti won fa enchemi a no so no say me papa na me fum no oka bibi editia me can it be reversed?
Mami ka accept oni wo. Obetumi aye boni atia ready. Obetumi aye boni atia nipa.
Sure.
For the guy son they no can here. Or Champa said, I have sinned against heaven and I've sinned against you.
Sure.
What did the can say? And to bet my boni atia nipa. And 2 years tell the power company.
And it is only any power or so company natural. You mean I'll be okay.
Now you are not a company natural.
We are best out when you know what can be natural. Okay.
Before you people names are there, no. That is what I said. If possible, be at peace with all men. No, I'm sorry. And if you are be a part panamature, why you need bonnie? Fred, I'm sorry. Before you bring to me, yes, sir.
And only answer, no.
It's pride. I didn't know to me and said, Christ is formed in you. I'm very humble. Oh, Fred, I'm sorry, said me, sir. Watch me. But before be proud. I'm sorry for me, proud. Only the entire chair were wilderness for 40 years because God wanted to humble them.
Okay.
They had a problem with pride. Why were bondage? Why all prisons are still pride or more there? Pride is an issue.
Okay. Now, Apostle, and say you the free young Papa Reverend Boakye no hono na yembunra. Last time I buy prophecies in once and some making some comments be say who say election. Honum na enche ye bianso so na parliament na just wo moto abade yi speaker honum na ye share enoma ekoso honum a abaso na ye ne kwan so unu sa nyoma we say na we feel ye as say yes as a pastor but as a Ghanaian say na we feel ye say mpenifu a ye to abade yi wo mo say wo mo so nko to abani speaker na wo mo misbehave ye in that way or the other, no.
Man can't say much. Ghana's problem is corruption.
Corruption. Okay.
Now, Osha, about to you know say corruption is very because you could see, sir, nobody was trusting each other.
Sure.
And at that point in time, it was very, very bad because the fight cause now, so somebody want to outwit somebody.
Sure.
There are allegations, say bribery allegations, and there at the Parliament House, everything played out at what our normal elections is like. Now, Osho very critical here. A ordinary person, I bet shooting this here.
Sure.
And it is very, very bad. I mean, corruption on there is eating us out. Even at that level, we want to cut corners. I'm driving here. And see, I feel very appalled by what happened at Parliament. And I may feel, say, well, going forward, we should do something about it. All the people that were involved should be punished. Both NDC and MPP.
Okay.
So that we can bring some sanity into Parliament. But wait there. So I think, sir, it didn't really help us because, but thank God, sir, it didn't escalate into anything else.
Sure.
Despite the fact that military we still were able to elect the Speaker of Parliament, and I hope, sir, going forward, governance will be more like consensus, sir. Obi chena, obi so chena doing. I know so better me about. Everything there show corruption. Corruption here person fighting
Presbyterian Church moderator I call for disciplinary committee say woman taking action parliamentarians no one more action na one more no say and discipline one more ebinom also say woman bra bonten like honorables name bonten no me part of for one more actions a one more exhibit say parliament we are say na nyina ehwe emudi ehin na wo hwa say you be discipline one more and answer one more bonten emudi ehin na wo hwa ebeboa.
I think both of them will fight. I mean, Carlos and Henka apologize. Sure. It got people more upset. And the reason he gave, it got people a bit more upset. But I saw somebody also booting, what's it called?
The ballot box.
The ballot box, should be punished. Both parties should be punished. I don't think so we should overlook it. Otherwise, ordinary citizens here, we don't have the moral right to punish them.
Okay. That means it can affect even our normal.
Yes, it's wrong precedence. Everybody punished. Whatever say fine be crap one.
Yeah, fine no more.
Fine no more.
Okay.
Senior better to deter other people from doing it because then Well, it shows our corruption starts from the top to bottom. And so we can't punish anybody who goes to steal like cow. The same a big man will do and do the wrong thing. I mean, we should look at it very carefully. And CSOs must speak out. Christian Council, they be American, they should speak out. Or we are doing the do.
Parliamentarians in Christian Council, they
form the majority. Christian Council form the majority. They have voice.
They have voice.
Yeah, they have to speak.
Okay.
They have to speak. Yeah. And to say we bring some sanity into the system. They're very, very important. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Apostle, you share CCC, NDC for one more Enya speaker. Mostly people are thinking say it's going to affect the work of His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo because ni opposition na babe working into bibia ni anoma entimi enkoyi anase obe objecting ni nyoma bi ode baba on board say na wo so hu no.
Oh, to me who said Ghana's democracy grow.
Okay.
And no government should think Ghanaians will remain the same.
Okay.
They say that the culture of skirt and blouse will be market.
Aka. Okay.
And the parliament will be managed by another party going forward, and the presidency will also run on its own. So it's going to become a culture. But me feel say the personality involved as a speaker of parliament is a fair-minded person.
Okay.
From all the things that I've heard people say, it's a fair-minded person, such that I'll share and weigh the thing, such that if it sees and is going to benefit us as a nation, then it's going to allow for approval to take place. In any case, he's not going to give approval. He's going to just coordinate the issues of parliament, and that's going to strengthen our democracy. He feels it's a very good thing. So there's absolutely nothing wrong. And Ado should look at reducing the number of ministers.
You should reduce the number of ministers.
Instead of 100 and something, because you're 100 and something, and no one said you're 137. Okay, 110, and so there are 80 B and now 70 B and now 70 B.
Okay.
To combine most of the ministries, and you should take the 2021 going forward as the president of Ghana. You should take it as a time to be able to do things that will benefit Ghana, not party.
Okay.
Because he's not going to come back as president again.
Sure.
That is where we are going to have a test of presidency. Me feel said it's all good for him. It will allow him to do things objectively and win more hearts. So I pray that he does that. I pray he does that. And if he does that, it's going to help a great deal. The only challenge we have is that for the first few months, the petition from Jomama might disorganize them.
Organize things, okay.
But apart from that, going forward, Nyama Bekoye. Believe me, Nyama Bekoye.
Okay.
And then our democracy will deepen. I also advise any all-inclusive government.
Okay.
Bring other people on board as much as possible. Objectivity will play out. Politics
and
creative policies.
Okay.
Or minor. Because this is the way forward. Different.
Sure.
And yet, 1992, now started here. We're about so many years into how many years? About 18 or 20 years.
Yeah.
From the Fourth Republic, how many years? 92 to 18. About 18 years, right?
More than
20
more than 18
years, 30 years. Was it correct?
Sure.
Okay. 18.
No, more than 18. I think it's 20 rather.
20 years.
Sure.
Okay. So we are of age. We've come of age about 18 or 20 years somewhere about. We are of age until we should be objecting with governance. They say the Obiaho, and that will give him a plus. In the next 4 years going forward, he should look at a very objective government, a smaller number of ministers, look at Ghana as a whole, not the party as a whole.
Okay.
Because first 4 years, most political parties want to come and win power back. That's what they do. But the next 4 years, it should be objective. It should have national policies that will help Ghana as a whole.
As a whole.
You will always be remembered for it. That's my humble advice to our president.
Okay. Apostle, share after say inaugurating Mampenyi His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo so we do a minor no NDC General Secretary Papa Johnson Sidun Ketia or have some press conference just say now ordinance some L2 Edra or say MPP NDC sorry one more they don't recognize and I say they don't admit say Mampenyi Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo well no ena mampenyi inti still no omo recognize him as a president. Maybe he's a president for the part of the country but not for some parts. The other parts now when you're president no womu because omo dey still na omo ne say abanu mu so ene ho nyoma until say omo beba ma bibia ni ada ho plane ma ye hunu enyoma emunu omo NDC for edie and also no Johnson Sidun Ketia ne na pound for the womo engine to mune engine mampenyi entumu china say wondi womo so nti womo they are living as their own omni president and what
the good thing is that they can't bring the constitution rules the country. No, in fact it's not the person that rules the country. Rule of law is the constitution that rules the country and you can't break the laws. The president is only a human being and he himself is under the constitution. What did they can say? And obviously some are court. They are saying that there are issues with the elections. So in their minds he's talking based on the fact that they are in court. And for me, they have showed it severally, said they don't recognize the president. It's no new news. It's no news for me. But that's what they've said. They have said it through their petition. So they don't recognize the president.
Because that time we've not inaugurated him yet.
It doesn't matter really. I mean, that's what they've said. But by bringing a petition before the Supreme Court, you are saying that the election is flawed.
Sure.
So in their opinion, they don't have a president.
So up till now that we have inaugurated His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president, yes, so they can't recognize him. And don't you think it's going to trigger so many things?
Oh, really? Me feel say this is what it is. I mean, it didn't do anything really. After they said that, you see, Ghanaians, we are very peaceful and very peaceful. I mean, look at all the things that happen. The parliament, we were able to vote the speaker. We are wonderful people. And hard drink. Yeah, we are a
peaceful country.
Very peaceful country.
And yes, still parliamentarians were fighting, throwing ballot boxes away.
We were able to elect our speaker. We are moving on. It's worse in other countries. Go and see Uganda. This one is not fight though. We didn't fight.
But it wasn't right, or was it right?
It wasn't right. But I'm saying that nothing bad happened out of that. A few things didn't go well, but we still. What I mean is that we still, had our speaker. That pastors should not take some of the things the members who had. Like they said, I've given them a clue.
Okay.
You did it because of Jesus. So what I said, oh yeah, dear Mobia, Jesus inti now come, and you did it because of Jesus. At the same minute, suffering in Ankasa, Memma Yao and Kaumo say Obiya Obonia Fachano. But there's nothing wrong with if it's going overboard. Let me have a friend and say, oh, talk about it nicely, but not in a very aggressive way. Suddenly, people say, Christopher, as a leader, let me have a friend and that's a humble advisor. As a pastor, and with us as a nation and what has happened in Parliament and our presidency, we thank God that we have peace. Let's magnify the peace we have, and let's take one day at a time. So I hope that this country will be peaceful. All we are looking for as a nation is prosperity for everybody. Poverty level not any easy. Before bread, school fees, not the idea. The sufferings will be reduced. That's most important. And yet we can kill car. I know that's a humble advice. Everybody should calm down and let's see how to help to alleviate poverty. That's a critical point. Poverty.
Okay.
Poverty. And that's a humble advice I'll give everybody. Everybody should contribute his quota to national development.
Okay, Apostle, answer na yede yensem no ebeba na wie ye no ye enedey ye share yem papa prophet Nigugezi. Wodin sembia baba betu eye edwa achese uchema sesei akeka na ya adonso e dia fa asofo wo mo ehuni titu ene bloggers ne writers a wo mo tro news ko online ne won ko ba no onya te asem ba ko na onya ontie the whole thing enkonkosi na wie hu de ntia ana botaye ntia ma wono sofo na na se nyame nipa no wo kasa no that word kakra bi na watene bo hu ana oda kwakwa kotro bibi na wo de asem nipa no edi nti sei de wo se nani abre won fa entertain eye obi a se obi a wo betwe ne ho asem bone ana abeka ne ho asem bone no de wo de wo so nipa no obesiu o de obekọ court nyame nipa sofo court eka mudwumadi ho so obi ka bibia enye edefam ho amutimi de no ekwa na yenim se no de yemra omayi obi ye bibi na hwe ne nkoyi a ba sofo se bia waka bibi na ebia ye nyame asemu na aka bibi na nipa ne hu ne se o wanka ne ye e no de ba social media so beka se na de sofo aka nyame nipa pa na aka se ni se na se ko ye debate na ankoyi amma wo sofo na you have to sue the person.
I didn't buy a kakra, but it's unfortunate saying Uncle for can't sell more radio. So we share social media. People are insulting people, character assassinations now the idea. But I don't think that that's the way to go. Obi Sabia, I feel say our pilot anchor, our public figures is here. He said president, and the Pabia Uncle for Pafo no make account, be an aquatic and to do that night be a make account. Go find about court. I don't think so, you know, because you can't stop people from talking. There's some level of freedom of speech, but the Bible says vengeance is mine, I will pay. They are kind of farmer Jesus, but home pie, I don't know who here. And to me, first say, Anka, and who here said, obey, cancer and seminal. ABR, he said it out of pain. I can't begrudge him.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, money, but can't settle. Well, yeah, dear. But one say why? But I didn't think it's the best thing to say at this point in time. Because every time they come, one say, we have accounts.
And say, because I said that you be able to know, only say it's a way or a channel, so the best shut people down. Don't you think say it will work?
Don't just shut down. I mean, you want to, the more who can come more, grab up. Nah, that answer. Because
then I pass him to that some more. Back you, but wouldn't have the back of court.
Yeah, but if you go to court, what have you said? Depending on the things that you have said, you know, really, I don't think the money might be stopping. Because how are you going to see the person in 7?
Okay.
Say come to court. You know his address. You know his number. People don't use the right names on phone, on Facebook. So how would you be able to identify them? You never know. It's a battle, the fight in fertility. It's a battle in fertility. There's no point. And only here. I know they are to be here. Because most of the people who are cancer no. Bloggers don't use something TV, something
sure.
Fair, something didn't be any correct. Something at the past TV or something. You know. And so you cannot really get to the people and give them some of them to court. It's just I don't think it can work really.
But I say in fact say be a one-on-one. Say apostle what hey. Now later on maybe able who say be I can was in be about until maybe I can ya say you dey win him here. Obetimi dey yakokot like me person who say a right say so for or do obi court like
the Bible didn't really say that we should go to court. We have anything with the believer.
Okay.
You know, call the elders and then speak about the matter. Don't go to court.
Okay.
The Bible doesn't recommend court, but court is a constitutional provision, and following a constitutional provision is not a sin.
It's not a sin.
It's not a sin,
okay.
Absolutely. So when you be a court said by virtue of following a constitutional provision, there's nothing wrong with that. But the Bible doesn't recommend that. It could be actually an appearance of sin, but not really a sin.
An appearance of sin, but not really a sin. Like how? Yes. I'm not getting it.
The Bible recommends that we flee from all appearances of sin.
Okay.
You know, I can give you one or two examples to say that. You know, like for instance, something that can lead you into sin.
Okay.
It's an appearance of sin. Something that can lead you into sin, for example. And so you don't encourage that. You understand what I'm saying? And so, well, I feel that that's a way to go.
Okay.
It's an appearance of sin.
By nearness sin. Okay. But Apostle, is it right, say blogger, you will listen to a part of certain things, a part of, let's say, a pastor preaching, maybe he says something, then you just take it and use it as a topic and blog and defame the person. Is it right?
And yes, it's a Facebook language. It's a social media language. If you want to do something, I mean, you see, a lot of people want fame. They want to use you to get their fame. These days, that's what happens. And so, no, you don't really have control over.
It's I don't know one person will be able to use their fame and like all
see. You cannot. How can he do it? Does he know them? Can he write the summons to them? You know, summoning a ghost. Because before you send a suit, you must know the person, his address, and give the suit. You have to know the person.
Okay.
Facebook, you don't know everybody. You use weird names.
But at least nowadays you can locate the person through their phone numbers and all those stuff.
It is easy, sir. Unless you are national security and appropriate institutions can do that. BNIs, they have the equipment to do that. But you, Ankasa, you don't have that equipment. That's it. God, I mean, higher institutions are here investigation and they're able to manage instruments. They can check who did what and follow up. Has it got that means to be able to investigate and find the person and set the person a suit? And it's that easy. It's an effort in futility. Fight in futilities.
Okay. Now, Apostle, you share a year Prophet Nigerizi said you were doing a comment no abana. Or making it as in a way say, and I say a binumu in a way say kwakwa say software the ni say you can't once and bonnet. Like
oh really? Jesus Christ was accused. They accused him of working with the spirit of Beelzebub and
okay.
And he, as a man of God, he did it for Jesus. They even crucified him. They called him all kinds of names. So there's no issue, with that. As far as I'm concerned, as a man of God, will speak evil about you.
So if they speak evil about you, what reaction should you take as a man of God for them to know that maybe what they are saying against you is not right?
At a point in time, when you become a certain public figure, there's some people called a publicist.
Okay.
I'm managing public figures.
Okay.
And you must have the PRO so much on the idea because some of the information might be wrong, so they can manage the information in the media space for you. I know you can always come and rebut it. It's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. That is your space you are trying to manage. I know there's nothing wrong with it. I would recommend, say, if you get to a point out to me, Grana, you need publicists. They will advise you, and you need, PROs. Your
and no one was all the time about saying baby casa.
You have to use wisdom. My advice to him says, Otia, the best he could do is get the right people around him when it comes to some of this issues. And they can be bad for him. If you don't, and every time when you part, you feel at peace. You feel like, oh, me too, Makasa. Somebody who listens to the story, your side of the story might believe you and lead the others. So you have the opportunity to rebut. And see, there's nothing wrong with it. So,
okay. Now, Apostle, last question na yemfa insia enisa. Papa no ni video ni mono ne I think earlier Prophet Nigerizi earlier video no ne somebody etudwa no o make some comments be still na no dodo na enheda entiase ntise wo entiase bi ana wo de amaye na say wono as a prophet no nyame timi bie nani emane ko eye hunhum wiase in a spiritual realm yeah hunhum wiase na even say woman ne kete krampo na wotena so no kata nani a obetimi ehunu bibia na wakoye te say a form of magnet the moment obechia no and I say obeben no like anything about you no attract ben no manu hu bibia the fan want to say like prophets are like scanners. They can scan you when you come close to them like hona me pe say one ne ya adwen with that side.
It was because you're a prophet, you're a man of God who idea I had to say lifestyle.
Okay.
So we be fair crap up to me say we not be
fair. Oh okay.
Oh to me what is going to happen tomorrow. You can tell, you can know what it is. I know there. What to me who say you can be so sharp say or be back rapper. Man say oh think papa I don't think dey na papa no pie.
Oh na say you obo on man why do you see with him I want me pie no dey say you normal.
To me any normal.
Any normal.
Okay. And to me interpret the voice of God.
Okay.
But we are so about me different say what dream from asking me any workers.
Any workers. Okay.
I think yeah be normal. Until we are so say we the imagine e ka. But at that time we won't say you meaning on me kasa. You can hear clearly, you can differentiate the voice. It's my sheep heareth my voice.
Okay.
And to make it clearly, and I don't think it's really, I mean, ABR on no face or kata or can is trying to put flesh to it. But clearly, if you meet somebody without closing your eyes, bet me out. Okay, bet me out, any problem.
So what's the one you kata when you can see anything.
Bet me out. ABR except 1 or 2 occasions I'll be only more why worried and also be bizarre. And especially in the atmosphere of worship, and not probably easier.
Easier. Oh, okay.
A lot of things. I think it's
and that means it applies to all the pastors, evangelists.
Pastors, no, prophets.
Only apostles. Prophets and apostles. Okay.
More pretty prophetic gift, you know.
Okay.
I want to me more. I want to me. They know the future. They can tell you. They can. About to me,
okay.
But your cancer can tell you yes. Gymnastics said they can't work.
What they can't get, what they can show more you make
it. Garnishing the whole thing. I mean.
So it's not anything strange. Yeah.
Okay. Come and say, oh, me who's no AMA said the same thing.
Sure.
A, I'm a home M, I'm a home M. So there. Yeah, Shannon yes, I know.
Okay.
But me share comes to see her. Sometimes me who didn't grab on me friend.
And
no one said back on that on. Yeah, now Bréaking now. Gymnastics no free with this. And to go there, gymnastics in the company.
Okay, prophet. You better was see yeah, a brown sunyama, yeah, twetwen enkomo. Na abusuafo ye di esie no ye be sesa obe subscribe to your channel no so when you like videos na share na ebiom susu follow ye ye IG page any ye Twitter page so atuma_gh_ and a Facebook too much gh ye papa apostle Walter Sakwa Manthe na ye no etwetwen enkomo Faith Army Chapel International ene asafo woda ye ano na abusuafo aha enebre ebe mai kwan my esi midi ede ekwesi kapa dasene yebesane hia makram.
The major prophet kum chacha on say me catch was say bomoden na hwe too much gh on say me kan ye nyene bone pa na kase ye pe wo wiase ya asondin ti na adam won hu nyame yenu nyam no won hu ne ma bi a wo hwehwehwehwe e wo other place ne ade kat won na bomoden na be hwe too much gh behwe na subscribe bomoden o behwe pe na wa ye subscribe o subscribe na subscribe na o subscribe a na wo benya ne ma papa a wo pe ahwe nyame hira na
me dey Isaiah Kodwo obetun afem the great ampo mbrembren wonu me nka mo ne hwe too much gh mo ye too much na me so me ye am fire
too much gh. Many have come and many have gone, but you are a great kankambukacious ability, worth being beheld by every optical nerves. That saith the papacy.
Keep watching Too Much GH, and you'll get the best of entertainment, the best of everything you want.
My name is Ohima One. Keep watching Too Much GH. It's the best.
Keep watching Too Much GH.